What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the CFL podcast. And I want to say that I am extremely proud of Allen University's football program, okay? For those of you who do not know who Allen University is, it is a small HBCU that is in the heart of South Carolina, in Columbia, right across the street from Benedict, who I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of with their football program as well. But Allen University is so small, their population is a little over 600 kids, according to the report from 2018, 2019. Maybe a little bigger, but it's still a very small school. And it was a school who was founded in 1870. As a matter of fact, Allen University is registered as a historical place in South Carolina. Okay, that's how far back they go. Fun fact, Dave Chappelle has family ties there. He was recently at Allen University back in 2017. Not so recent, but he was at Allen University back in 2017 to give a speech there because they was honoring his great grandfather who used to be president of Allen University. That's right. They have an auditorium named Chappelle Auditorium. Okay, he was there with CBS Morning News and Gail Thomas, and he gave a speech there, and he was talking, and he has family ties to Allen University. So although they are a small school, they have a lot of notable alumni, not just family ties with Dave Chappelle, but Clemente Pinckney. For those of you who do not know who Clemente Pinckney is, unfortunately, you might have known that he was one of the many victims who was a victim of a hate crime back in Charleston in 2015, the church massacre. But he was more than just a victim, right? He was a member of the South Carolina State Senate, a part of the Democratic Party. More notable alumni that Allen has put out, the civil rights leader, Joseph Delaney, NFL player Sam Davis, a scholar of African American women's history, Betty Collier Thomas. Allen University is a school that deserves a lot of recognition, even though they're very small. And in 2006, they cut their football program because they couldn't afford the monthly cost, the annual cost. Annual, not monthly. It cost them around $1.4 million a year, and that included $300,000 in scholarships. They just couldn't afford it. They're a small school. Population isn't that big, so the money is limited. They're private as well. So, it just got to a point where they couldn't afford the football program. They decided to drop it. As a matter of fact, Allen's then president, Charles Young, was quoted in saying, "The school can now focus on courting students' academic dreams," when they were able to cut the football program. Now, a part of that dream and plan, you had a 5-year plan. It consisted of 3 new dorms and a new cafeteria, which would cost around $8 million for the school. So 13 years go by, 13-year hiatus. They don't have football. Benedict is just, they're excelling now. Their program is getting bigger. They're getting more funding now. They don't have to compete with Allen anymore, right across the street. And then the school decided to bring football back. So in their initial year of return, they go out and they hire Miles running back coach at the time, Teddy Keaton. Now, please understand, Teddy Keaton he has a long history of coaching. He's coached in arena football. He's coached at many different colleges. He's coached at Odessa, Texas. He's coached a bunch of different places from Alabama as well. So, he's been all over and he's been proven, and they saw a lot of potential in him, so they hire him. So, Teddy Keaton comes in, he brings his staff in, he gets, a bunch of guys who want to play football and excited that this school has brought back the program. And in their first year as a program, they win their season opener versus Columbus State. And then after that, they go 2-6. A 2-6 season in their inaugural year back. You expect that, right? Because they're a new program. With any new football program at the college level, it takes years, and I mean years, to finally get good and get at least competitive to where you're competing with bigger schools in your conference and everything like that. It takes years. They don't even have their own stadium at this point. Still don't. They play out of high school, but they barely have anything. They're just trying to get their bearings under them once again. So 2018 they finished 2-6, but every year since they have been competitive. 2019 they take a small step up, but a step up nonetheless. They go 3-6, but they have 3 competitive L's that they took. 3 competitive L's that were at least decided by one score. One of them was 2 scores, but still, in your second year, you go from 2-6, and you could potentially, if you had pulled those 3 games out, you would have been 6-6 in just a year's time. You're competing in just a year's time. You are almost above 500 in just a year's time. So Teddy Keaton, he's taking that momentum, and I know they thought the 2020 season was going to be great, right? Like they're going to take the next step up. COVID hits. Nothing's able to happen. Everything's shut down. A big setback to a program that's gaining momentum after being on a 13-year hiatus. You feel me? But they come back in 2021. This current season, they are 4-4. They're 4-4 with 2 competitive L's that could have easily gone the other way. 21-12 at Clark Atlanta. 40-47 versus Erskine. They win those games and they're 6-2 instead of 4-4. They have one more game versus Edward Waters College next week on the 13th. If they win this game, and they finish, right now they're at 500, but if they win this game and they end the season at 500, at 5-4, we should all take notice. We should all give Coach Teddy Keaton and the program of Allen their due. We should give them their respect. We should give them their props because that is not an easy thing to do. And I need y'all to understand that for a school this small, for a school who does not have the budget of bigger schools, or even the budget of a school across the street in Benedict, your rival, and you were able to pull this off in such a short amount of time, they need their credit. And if nobody else is going to talk about them, I'm going to be the one to do it. Allen University is doing great things. Their football program is going a long way. They have an AD who believes in the program. They have people behind them. And I personally cannot wait to see what they do later on in the future. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on them next week when they take on Edward Waters College. So just wishing them nothing but the best. Hopefully they can finish the season on a high note and take that momentum in the next year and go even further. Make the playoffs, win a championship. All these things I want to see for Allen University. Being able to knock off the big dog, your rival across the street in Benedict. I want to see all of that. I want to see all of that happen. And I just know the journey is going to be a very exciting one. As a matter of fact, I think I want to get an interview with the head coach, Teddy Keaton of Allen University. I've been thinking about it. I'm going to reach out. I really do think I want to get an interview with him just to see, his mindset as well as the ADs as well. And, just talk about what goes on when you have a small program that doesn't have a lot of funding and everything like that. But, yeah, that's all I want to say about Allen. Just very, very proud of the program and what they were able to do in such a short amount of time. And that's that. But with that being said, man, you are watching the CFL podcast. You guys do me a favor. Go to Brim Solution on Instagram. I'm going to put the picture up. I've been saying this for a while now. Follow the page. Inquire about her services. This company is started by Rakira Fuller, a Howard graduate. Okay? She's an HBCU grad. Please support her. Inquire about her services. I'm going to put the list of services up. Everything she can help you with. And that's about it. With that being said, you're watching the CFL podcast. I go by the name of Kobe, and I'm out. Peace.